Well, the humiliating fall from grace of the now former Prince Andrew is complete. He's been stripped of his royal titles. He's been evicted from his home. All about those allegations. And, of course, he denies that he sexually assaulted the late Virginia Giuffre.
The move by the monarch, his brother, King Charles, comes after mounting pressure from parliamentarians and the public to take action against the royal pariah.
Breaking news.
Just breaking.
Breaking news to bring you now from Buckingham Palace.
An unprecedented move from the King.
King Charles has now begun
To strip Prince Andrew
of his titles.
lose his title.
Brother Andrew of all titles.
This is the strongest action against a member of the royal family that I know of.
These are quite extraordinary measures, which I have not witnessed. I don't think anyone would have witnessed for generations, if ever.
A royal reckoning, the likes of which hasn't been seen for more than a century. His Majesty has today initiated a formal process to remove the style, titles and honours of Prince Andrew. Prince Andrew will now be known as Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. Their Majesties wish to make clear that their thoughts and utmost sympathies have been and will remain with the victims and survivors of any and all forms of abuse. The former prince turned pariah and now private citizen is also being booted from the Royal Lodge where he's lived for 2 decades.
He's an arrogant man, he's an odious man, he is someone who has lied consistently about his relationship to Jeffrey Epstein. He chose to remain in touch with a convicted pedophile and then lied about that to the public. That is reason to punish him.
There is video footage of Epstein accompanied by young girls. And you were there, staying in his house, catching up with friends.
I mean, if they were, then I wasn't a party to any of that. I never saw them.
For years, Andrew has been in the headlines for all the wrong reasons, reportedly involved in orgies and having sex slaves, which he continues to vehemently deny. But after new details of his alleged sexual assault of Virginia Giuffre, dating back to when she was 17, surfaced in her posthumously published memoir, the palace was under mounting pressure from parliamentarians and the British public to take action.
How long have you known about Andrew and Epstein? Have you asked the police to cover up for Andrew?
I think the King's patience was truly tested. He had given Andrew ample room to do the right thing. And by the right thing, I mean voluntarily say, I will no longer use certain titles. I will move out of Royal Lodge. He dug his heels in, he was stubborn about it, and he refused to do it. And so the King had to take decisive action. And in doing so, he has really left Andrew as the master of his own demise.
Well, it was very clear when a poll came out in our country, 80% of people in our country, 88% of people in my own constituency of York has said that they don't want to see Andrew hold those titles any longer. So clearly there was popular concern for this.
It's a bit of an embarrassment, to be honest, on the nation, on the country, everyone in general. This is a member of our royal family, these are our leaders, and this is what's happening.
It's a disgrace, I'll be completely honest. He's representing the country and he's meant to be the face of England. Is this what we represent? Is this what the people represent? No, it's a disgrace.
I'm a bit concerned for him because it's like death by 1,000 cuts.
There's no modern precedent for such a colossal loss of royal status.
When we look at where titles have been stripped in the past, we have to go back to 1917 and the Titles Deprivation Act, which was enacted to remove titles from enemy peers and princes who had been seen consorting with and fighting for the enemy. That's an act of treason. So that speaks to just how seriously King Charles has viewed the actions of Andrew.
It's an absolute unique situation where the King has made a determination to strip his brother of those titles. Extraordinary measures are, it seems, being reached into to have the Lord Chancellor remove the titles.
Andrew stepped back from public duties in 2019 after this disastrous interview with BBC's Newsnight.
One of Epstein's accusers, Virginia Roberts, has made allegations against you. She says she met you in 2001. She says she dined with you, danced with you at Tramp nightclub in London. She went on to have sex with you in a house in Belgravia belonging to Ghislaine Maxwell, your friend. Your response?
I have no recollection of ever meeting this lady. None whatsoever. Didn't happen. That couldn't have happened because the date that is being suggested, I was at home with the children.
In a statement at the time, the then Duke of York said, "I continue to unequivocally regret my ill-judged association with Jeffrey Epstein." But questions surrounding their relationship continued to swirl when it became apparent he hadn't been transparent about their friendship.
Andrew's relationship with Epstein went back much earlier than he claimed. He said he met in 1999. Well, the evidence from even his own private secretary is it was almost a decade earlier. He carried on seeing him long after he said he'd stopped seeing him in 2010, and he was such a regular visitor to his townhouse in Manhattan that there was a set of rooms set aside for him called the Britannia Suite.
And an out-of-court civil settlement with Ms. Giuffre in 2022, reported to be worth around $22 million, also raised suspicion. The pressure kept mounting, and just 2 weeks ago, Andrew voluntarily gave up the use of his titles. With His Majesty's agreement, we feel I must now go a step further. Now that the King has officially stripped him of his titles, Ms. Giuffre's family finally found some peace. Today, an ordinary American girl from an ordinary American family brought down a British prince with her truth and extraordinary courage. Virginia Roberts Giuffre, our sister, a child when she was sexually assaulted by Andrew, never stopped fighting for accountability for what happened to her. Today, she declares victory. Andrew will move into spare rooms at his brother's privately funded Sandringham estate.
Right now, he's going to want to lie very low and conduct a private life behind private walls. Do you think we'll ever get the full truth? I certainly hope that what has happened with Andrew is just the start to a house of cards that's going to come tumbling down, because there are other victims that continue to live that need to get the justice they deserve.